Well, according to Reuters, they're saying that we have never seen anything like this before in America. Now, most of your fellow Americans may be oblivious to this because most of the main headlines are not talking about it. The NOAA specifically put out a warning talking about what the flooding could do in just the coming weeks and months going into the springtime runoff as snow starts to melt. And right now they're saying that according to satellite data that was just released by Reuters, at least 1 million acres of U.S. farmland have been covered by water for at least 7 days this month. They're saying that this is an agricultural disaster without any equal in modern American history. Now, are any of your outlets out there telling you this, guys? Are any of your mainstream establishment-controlled outlets telling you and your family in the evening you better start stocking up on food and water? This isn't some survival or some kind of conspiracy crap. This is what's happening in your country right now, as your farmland has been wiped out, where they haven't even been able to plant the stuff that they have to plant for this year, which means at the end of this year, that's when your mainstream media is going to be like, panic time. You should have had made plans. You should have seen this coming, is what they're going to say. Yet right now, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind for most people. Most people on the East Coast, West Coast, and even other parts of the United States that are not seeing this flooding, they just think that everything's peachy right now. Everything's normal. They're not seeing what's coming around the corner. Let's add to that as many as 1 million calves lost in Nebraska. 1 million cows. Some people hear these numbers, I think it goes in one ear, out the other, and like, oh well, I'll worry about it later. Someone else can deal with it. Well, if that's the way you see it, don't you dare come looking for help then when it all goes down. Because people that's been telling you all this time, that's watching you, seeing if you're going to do anything, when you stall and you make the choice to say, well, that's your choice. Live with it. Because you're going to have to. Others out there that are preparing, I'm glad that you are. I'm glad that you see what's happening here. There seems to definitely be levels of weather warfare being launched around the globe. And we are by no means out of that whole spectrum of where they can do these things. Hell, we caught them cloud seeding in front of Hurricane Harvey right before it hit Houston. Give me a break. And that was found out there in the public open database where we could see what they were doing. Imagine how much more is out there. Plus, I just seen that HARP shut down its most recent stuff. Wonder what they're going to be doing next. Not to mention all the other ionospheric heaters and other gadgets they've got placed all over the place. Yet I never seem to see a story or even hear of one coming from their own admission that, hey, they countered a storm. They dissipated the hurricane. They broke up the tornado. Like, we don't even hear of even a talk of that, of the potential of doing it. And we know they can. So what's going on there? Instead of dropping something in a tornado to dissipate it or a hurricane, they would rather risk the lives of everyone else on the ground. Yep, and that's the name of the game here on this planet that is controlled by the fallen ones. The fallen what? The fallen ones. And if you don't get it, if it's the first time you've ever heard it, you're running out of time. You've got some homework to do, or scoff at it, laugh at it, go to some other YouTube video for entertainment, and forget the truth and the realities of this world. Go back to sleep. Right? For those that are awake, I thank you. All of you that fight the fight, you know who you are. And those that have a plan, keep adding to it. Doesn't look like things are getting any better here. This has been Dabu7. Much love, y'all.